We've had 2 earthquakes in Maine today, 3.1 magnitude and 2.5 magnitude off the coast of Maine. Now, these are not usually shown on USGS, but we found them on the Canadian map, and we'll take a look at it later. The USGS only has the 2.4 in Maine, but we've also had the 3.1. And let's see how many people felt that one. The off the Maine earthquake, nobody reported it. Now, tectonic summary in New England. People in New England and its geological extension southward through Long Island in New York have felt small earthquakes, suffered damages from infrequent larger ones since colonial times. Modern-day damaging earthquakes strike somewhere in the region every few decades, and smaller earthquakes are felt roughly twice a year. The Boston area was damaged 3 times in 28 years in the middle 1700s, and New York City was damaged in 1737 and 1884. The largest known New England earthquakes occurred in 1638, magnitude 6.5, in Vermont or New Hampshire, and in 1755, a magnitude 5.8, off the shore of Cape Ann, northeast of Boston. So you can see how big they were. Now, the Cape Ann earthquake caused several severe damage to the Boston waterfront. The most recent New England earthquake to cause moderate damage occurred in 1940, magnitude 5.6 in central New Hampshire. Earthquakes in the central and eastern U.S., although less frequent than in the western U.S., are typically felt over a much broader region. East of the Rockies, an earthquake can be felt over an area as much as 10 times larger than a similar magnitude earthquake on the west coast. A magnitude 4 eastern U.S. quake typically can be felt in many places as far as 60 miles from where it occurred, and it infrequently causes damage near its source. A magnitude 5.5 eastern U.S. quake usually can be felt as far as 300 miles from where it occurred, sometimes causing damage as far as away as 25 miles. That's because the soil is so much softer on the East Coast than it is on the West Coast. Let's take a look at the maps now. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. So here we are at Sizewell Berkeley, and this is the one that's been plotted on USGS, whereas the Canadian map shows us 2.5. They have it in as 2.5, and UTC time about 8 o'clock in the morning, and this one here 2 hours later, 3.1. 5 kilometers magnitude depth, and this one here was at 5 kilometers depth, and again 5 kilometers here. Same one. USGS has it at 2.4. The Canadian map shows it at 2.5 here and 3.1. These were today's quakes. Okay. There's more here, of course, but you can see they've plotted some earthquakes in the eastern United States. What's this one here? This was in North Ohio, 2.7 magnitude. That was in November 19. Upstate New York, near Kingston, Ontario, you have here 1.3, 5 magnitude, 5 kilometer depth. This one in the mid-central is again 5 kilometers depth. 1.8. So you see what we do have, and there's a lot more here in Maine. Vermont has 2.1, November 22nd. New Hampshire 2.1. Again, they're very superficial earthquakes. They're very close to the surface. Moosehead Lake, Maine, 2 magnitude and a 2.3 magnitude. And let's go, you can see a lot more here around the St. Lawrence River. And this one, I guess, is just today. Yes, just now, 2.1. So you can see Canada has a lot of earthquakes too. And as I told you before, my parents were architects, both in Canada. We used to live in Montreal and in New York. And they were explaining to me that if you had as many floors as you had above ground, you'd have to have basements as well, because that's how soft the soil is there. So this area is very soft soil. For example, if you had a 5-story building, you would have to have 5 basements. That's why almost every neighborhood in Montreal has a subway station, underground subway, because it's so soft. And you have to build, you have to have basements anyway. So because of the inclement weather, especially in winter, very bad winters there, people have to get to their places by subway. So this is what we're having here. And let's go to geodesy so we can see what is happening there with geodesy, with the movements in Maine. Okay, this is one of them. Where is this? Anyway, this is upstate New York, I think. Where is that? New Hampshire, okay. This is the east-west plot. If it goes up, it means it's going east. This one's going west, it's going down. And this is the north-south plot, it's going north. So this is, the GPS is showing us that this is going northwest, and it's a little bit increasing. Since 2010, it's been increasing. Inflating, in other words. Let's go to this part of Maine here, where we had our earthquakes. Again, this is going northwest. It was increasing, it went down, and now it's increasing again a little bit, inflating. Let's go to the central part of Maine. Again, it's going northwest. Something's going on here. I guess they were calibrating the machines. That's not a good graph. Let's do this one here. Northwest, and inflating recently here. And let's go somewhere towards New Hampshire. Let's go towards New Hampshire. Salem, Massachusetts, okay. Salem is going northwest, and it's all over the place basically. And let's go to Long Island. Let's go to Long Island, which is basically sandy. That's not a good graph. Take another one. Montauk Point. Okay, that's going northwest, and it's pretty steady. And let's take one in the central Long Island. Northwest, and a little bit of deflation there. Okay, so this is what's going on with the GPS there, and also the fact that we do have earthquakes on the East Coast. So these two are very strange, and they're not small. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support, and please be alert. Thank you.